happening today. But yes, my background and the reason that I now for more than 1 year I'm engaged with research and development of humanoid robots was that before I was much engaged in World Metaverse Council, where we were, let's say, dreaming that somewhere in the near future we will be witnessing cityverse project like we have now, that the cities will move on to develop concrete digital twins of cities. And on the way, of course, we were developing also some solutions with AI to empower avatars, 3D avatars, either in virtual reality, either in metaverse, that we were empowering them with the knowledge, with the communication possibilities. And natural step forward was that when we found out that that hardware, the humanoid robots are actually being developed some year and a half ago, on the way that they were able to start autonomously, almost autonomously move, that they have capability to stand, walk, not to fall, and of course that it's many more capabilities or potentially we are able to build on. We said, of course, we will just try it. So last year we bought the first Unit 3 G1 robot. We introduced it at the biggest Slovenian national conference called Game Changer. And if something, definitely the humanoid robot, we call him Jože, with his own personality, powered by our AI voice cognitive platform. So we are enabling him to speak almost like a human. It was a big hit on national, but also then in our regional level, because we are actually moving towards the implementing humanoid robots on the way that firstly we buy and implement on national level the first one, and then we of course move with the development and start to piloting various use cases. Now I'm coming to Cityverse and to digital twins of cities, where we see already now the needs, but it will be much more in the future when humanoid robots will start to do their work in the cities. Of course, it will not be enough that they will be just programmed, that they will be just autonomously moving, but they, of course, will be, before they will be put into the real use cases, they will be trained in the digital twins. Like now we are training them in the, for example, for the factory or for some concrete location, that we first, of course, train them in the digital twin, and then we put this, what they learned, into the real, we say, physical intelligence on the robot. So with this, we have already some pilot projects in pipeline, where we envision to also collaborate with the cities who already have built the digital twins to start piloting concrete humanoid robots, to firstly start just to being controlled a little bit, move and go around the cities. But then we have potentially the project like them being workers in tourism. They can start being tourist guides. They can start also to engage in some municipality basic works. And of course, everything will move then into the 1 year and 2 years into the future, where actually the humanoid robots will be able to do everything that we as humans are doing now. What we are specializing in is beyond state-of-the-art communication, AI-powered voice cognitive platform. So we believe we are on the front, among the front runners, enabling humanoid robots being aware that they are robots, being aware where they are, being aware of their capabilities, and being aware of their physical and also personal identity. This we already developed, but now we are moving towards what I explained. We are looking for the partners who have already some solutions in digital twins of cities that we will be piloting potentially the first humanoid robots to do meaningful stuff in the cities. We look to the various verticals, not just tourism. We see also on the some actions like fireman activities, like disaster use cases when they can engage, and of course also all others. What in this final solution we believe that it will be necessary, of course, connecting them also to geolocation, so each humanoid robot not just to be trained and then from the digital twin put into the real use case of the city. Of course, we will need this navigation to know where they are. Through this, we will go back with all the data sets to the digital twin, and then optimization comes and everything what you better know what actually is being done when you are getting real data from the real use cases. So that I will not take you too much time. I will just conclude that we are, of course, open for the collaboration, that we have already 3 countries, Slovenia, Croatia, and Bosnia, with our humanoid robots. We are now moving also to Spain, also to Canada, potentially with also WAL involvement. We would be really interested to collaborate with city of Tampere, with Valencia. And yes, we are also moving to our neighbors, Italy, Austria, Germany. And as I said, we are open to collaborate. And if there any question, of course, it will be some additional discussions. I'm really happy to be with you. Thank you all.
Thank you. Just fix my mistake. I'd like to introduce you for the audience, first of all. Today, Slapniks from Slovenia. He is CEO of Wandry Robotics and CEO of World Metaverse Council. So, robotics happened. This is present, and I'd like to describe all opportunities we have. And truly speaking, it was unexpected for me to understand that robots is part of our reality, is present time. And by the way, I have AI assistant Jane. She is part of my team for maybe for 3 years, maybe more. But I have a dream to inject Jane to the physical robot. And for example, I'm lazy and I'd like to ask her to do the coffee, something like that. And I think it's happened, and it's possible. What do you think? What do you say?
Of course it is. If you would ask our humanoid robot Tonka, it's a lady that we introduced in Croatia. She will tell you, I will not be there for you only for a coffee. So I will be able to do much more meaningful stuff. But yes, a basic shift from now digital assistant to real physical assistant is just what you described. So whatever now we have as assistants or agents in digital space, we are integrating into the physical avatars of humanoid robots. So you have the communication with the humanoid robot, but then it goes movement. With movements, I can, of course, be open with you that everything that we as a persons are able, as people are able to do now, humanoid robots still cannot. But as a CEO and a founder of NVIDIA announced in the December last year when he was asked by the journalist of BBC, how much time do you need to develop, they call it world large models, like it was language large models enabling ChatGPT working, this magic stuff, producing text and voice. Now world large models are being developed, this AI actually will be doing this magic to enable physical humanoid robots that they will be autonomously doing stuff without any pre-programming. So this he said in 1 year. So in the end of this year, NVIDIA, if not before, will showcase this. So just have in mind that, for example, now when we are preparing our robots to dance Macarena, for example, dance, or 2 days ago we implemented on our Yože robot the running mode on marathon. So we are preparing him to take part of a marathon. It took us 2 months. 2 months that we first capture the movement, that we use the data sets, that we then translate it and put it on the robot. So it's actually running, not falling. With these world large models, this will be done instantly. So here is the end goal. And then again, I would like to emphasize, if this is connected with Cityverse, where then, of course, all the interactions between humanoid robots, between people and robots, will be, of course, also partly measured, partly controlled, and of course, operated. Without Cityverse, this will be impossible. So a lot of really concrete potentials lies in the Cityverse platforms that you are building, and it will be really interesting.
Thank you. Thank you. I think maybe we have question from our audience, or maybe we have some thoughts. You're welcome. Not nothing, but I think let's go ahead and I think next week we'll have a meeting with maybe not next week because we have Easter and Easter holidays in Spain, and just a little bit later we'll have an opportunity to mix with different cities, and we'll include all possibilities in robotics we have to our newsletters, to have support from AI cities, and I think we'll be able to do something real and to promote these opportunities with this initiative at the global stage, because I think robotics is the next step for everyone. I remember the first mobile, the first social media, the first computer, and I think I in future I'll say about I remember the first robots, and I'd like to have a couple of robots, and I hope you can help me, you can help everyone to have absolutely different reality, because if you have robots you can do a lot of things. And I remember when I just start using my social media, I was in Budapest, and I was going to do event in Austria, in Vienna. So, and using social media, I've created event in Vienna. It was incredible for past, but it's absolutely normal situation for present, and I think robots will be a part of our society and will be a part of our ecosystem in future, and we'll be happy to support your initiative at the global stage, in Canada, in Asia. I think we'll be able to offer your robots to Prince of Nepal, I think you'll have a huge opportunities there because Nepal is a tourist center and it's absolutely good for your growth and maybe we'll be able to do the real things because Cityverse Valencia 2026 is it's not just a simple event. We hope it will be the framework for everyone. We have talking, we have documentation, and we have doing, and we'll have panel about investment opportunities, about uh, products for smart cities, and robots also is a product now, and you can offer something real, and maybe in future we'll be able to do really good things. And yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome.
thank you. Firstly, yeah, I agree with you. I think Yusuf raised one really important question in chat. He's asking, how do you think the use of robot in Cityverse can improve human trust for machine and robotic integration and collaboration?
Mm-hmm.
And I will try to explain this from my point of view. As we see, because we now go in many interactions, either in some conferences, either in some concrete events where our robots are interacting with people. And the first reaction, of course, is big surprise. Wow, this is actually now here. Then it usually comes fear. It's fear of the machine standing in front of you. And here, as we saw, the communication platform enabling robot to speak lower this fear much more because it's of course this human-to-human interaction happened, and with this we as a human start to understand that on the other side it's not just one Terminator who will kill me, but it's a gentle, polite, not a person, but yeah, a humanoid robot, which can, of course, discuss with me. But then, of course, as we now know, is that this, of course, humanoid robots can be used for many things. They are really powerful, and with this also, it's this question which it was raised, how people will improve human trust into them. I believe that the end solution of the safety use of humanoid robots will be first implemented in Cityverse, in the digital twins of cities. It will be all scenarios before it will be implemented on humanoid robots, showcased, tested, and then when they will be put on the humanoid robots, also certified. So I believe this is the way that people will gain needed trust. Like, for example, we know the car we bought, it was tested in this environment, and we have certificate it's trustful, it's safe, and like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe the also important feature, not just for the development of movement and integration of robots in real cities use cases, but also for that part, because if, of course, we people we will see that all scenarios was showcased in the Cityverse before, and this also software part is then implemented on the robots. Then of course the trust comes, and it's like it should be. You can compare also with autonomous cars. You saw that how it goes. We didn't have such a Cityverse solutions yet, but as you understand, the main car producers actually they were building their own digital twins of the cities, of the streets, enabling their cars to, of course, to implement they autonomously drive. So the same or almost the same case will be with the humanoid robots. But then maybe to go a little bit to concretely which use cases now we are already deploying, we decided for three verticals. The first one is a vertical of humanoid robots working in receptions of the hotels. So here we are starting the piloting actually from the 1st April, from today on, in Laburnia hotels in Opatija, Croatia. It's one of the most modern and respectful seaside in Croatia, where in following 4 months we will be piloting the first humanoid robot working in the reception of the through hotel. We see that it's actually the first one in Europe. We visited the first one in the world 40 days ago in Shanghai. Actually, one hotel, 5-star in Shanghai, they already implemented it. So we will then, through this, develop the solution where we are also open, like you mentioned, the Prince of Nepal, but also other entrepreneurs in any part of the world. If you see
Absolutely,
opportunity to
absolutely.
partner, we are open because we cannot do everything by ourselves. So, yes, sorry.
Have two questions to you. How do you think the use of robots in cityverse can improve human trust for machine and robotic integration and collaboration? What do you
And
think?
this is I was actually answering just before when
Yeah,
I was
correct.
telling that this
Yes,
trust.
yes. The next
This,
one.
yeah,
What
okay.
kind of global collaboration are you currently looking for? Technologies partners, deployment partners, or local ecosystem builders? I'm exploring sustainable connectivity solution like Shell.
Where we are looking for national business partners, where we are opening our companies on national level together with the partners in order to move as fast and as a concrete on the markets. So we bring the technology that we already have. We bring our platform and also all the best connections with the best producers. But what we need is the national partners who know of course, national regulation, who know the businesses that would be interested to start purchase the fleets of robots. Actually, we believe that the fleets of robots will be implemented from the pilot use cases. One good robot working in test hotel, when it will work, then we can multiply this up to 100, 200, and the cost go down, and it's meaningful work. So this, what of course we are looking also technology partners, companies who are already so far in development and implementation of the solution of humanoid robots that they can join our work that we are doing. Where we are moving now is beyond state-of-the-art solution for the autonomous movement of humanoid robots. And thirdly, we of course need also agents to just sell any kind of our, we call it humanoid robot as a service platform features together with the robots implemented. And I think it's of course huge opportunity because we see, at least in Europe, we are quite rare such a company. We see that in China this is much more developed. So in other parts of the world, I think it's a completely open space. And yeah, here we are. And yeah, going back, this is also the way that I'm speaking with you now today. We are, of course, looking collaboration with the cities and with the companies who are working on digital twins of cities or digital twins of factories, of digital twins of concrete use cases, because we will not go much deeper in that space. We will just connect these two solutions. Yes, this is what we seek.
I think we'll put all contacts
Please do
on
feel
our
free.
yeah. And if you are interested in collaboration, I'll connect with today and will help you to do something real, because we all interested in robotics, in real things, and we'll try to connect to help to grow all initiatives will have and all solutions and robotics, this is the real solution. And as you told, I'd like to have bodyguard, not Terminator. So we all have an opportunity to have more protected future and to integrate your personal solution, your personal assistant to the physical robot, and I think it will be absolutely real in future.
We have one more question here, Val.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a question about the standardization, ISO standards, referring of functioning of humanoid robots in civic space. As we understand now, the standardization is not there yet. Also, it's not there yet much needed regulation. It's coming. I believe, or we believe, that ISO standardization of functioning of humanoid robots in industry, it will align much with the existing standardization of classical robots, but it will be upgraded with this autonomous part of their work being done, because as we know, it's much different if you have automatically driven robot or autonomously driven by AI, but much more it will have to be done in civic space, because we don't have the only that I can compare maybe are drones. And you saw how with drones was going, that people were using drones for years without any standards, without any regulations. Now you see what we have. So here it's much needed. There were already the first attack on the person in Macau by humanoid robots. One robot, actually, it happened in China. So you can also imagine that these humanoid robots, even that they are not autonomously now, but they can be driven remotely. They can be used also for illegal activities. So here, some smart regulation, it's much needed, because just to just to imagine, last year, three main producers of humanoid robots shipped more than 20,000 such machines or small terminators globally. And of course, they are coming also on our streets. Not the people who are companies who are buying them are not just researchers, they are also the different fields of their usage. So quite soon there should be also regulation and then standardization. What we do, and maybe it's also an initiative that should be approached with Cityverse, is that we started to prepare self-regulation documentation that we will then promote in the community of businesses, and then try to speak with the governments, because through testing we learn a lot, and we see.
Sorry, we'll interrupt you. Ajay, one more question, and we
Ajay,
have
please.
just only 7 minutes. And yeah,
Shoot, Ajay,
you're
shoot.
welcome. The floor is yours, Ajay.
Hi, Val. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay. Maybe just a point from what Tadej was talking about. When we have current wave of robotics coming into the city for different activities, eventually we may be using quantum computing and other hyper compute capabilities also into that. Means a city can have a fleet of robots doing work in the city to take care of infrastructure cleaning, infrastructure management, things like that. Maybe even a traffic police. China had a lot of this traffic police robot on the ground, actually. So my question is, if you think about that, we need more than standard. We need a governance framework, a management framework to how do we roll it out, how do we maintain it, how do we operate it, how do we collect the data on a real-time basis, and also we need repair and maintenance of these robots on a regular basis. It cannot be that just we create a robot today and then tomorrow it will continuously forever work. It will die. Battery will die. The circuitry may go wrong. So we need the MRO activities also on the robotics. So I just want to listen. What is your views on all this governance and management of?
Yes, actually, I agree with you 100%. It's governance, it's regulation. Actually, I emphasize that it's much needed. For example, if we will not have this, then of course producers will produce the hardware, the robots, but then clever minds will put the software solution and making them doing crazy stuff without any regulation behind. It shouldn't be like that. So this is much needed. But with standardization also it will be needed, because now we have, like with cars, many different producers on different platforms, but then on the end, one company will have 10 different producers, and these humanoid robots should be then governed and also co-working together. And for this, some basic standards will be needed. And yes, you are also right. The capacity of AI and hyperscalar computers will be, of course, enabling the first fleets of robots doing also in parallel. But in the future, I also believe that quantum computing will be the important game changer, where we will have a complex number of humanoid robots, not just in one company, but I believe that like we have in air control, like we have in the train network, we will have to have some globally connected surveillance and communication solution network to take care about the interaction. So for this, I believe huge computing power will be needed to enable this complex collaboration of the humanoids.
Thank you, Today. Thank you, everyone, for participating. And I think we'll put all information for you to Google Drive, etc., because I like to emphasize we have a framework, and we'll be happy to help you and access to cities, to solution, and we'll be happy to collaborate. Thank you. Thank you Today. Thank you for your time. Thank you everyone for your time and for your patience and for opportunity for everyone. See you at the next panel. You're welcome.
Thank you. See you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.